Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Spawn top right side as the blue Judy got Lord of Cold. Spawn bottom left side as the red Brenner got Chan to Cho. I think. I have no idea how to pronounce that. When it comes to CEOs, Brenner of course is nerf variant from the cartridge counterpart, has 53, 60, 60, no level 1 expansion, just only level 2 expansion. Or is that considered level 1? And only direct units get this benefit, plus 10% offense, plus 30% defense. Of course, does also provide 3 health regen. Judy is a custom CO who has reduced boarding costs at 30%, so cheaper to load her up in a unit. 3 radius, no expansion, no energy. She has no CO power or superpower. All units get plus 20, plus 10% offense defense. And you get 30% salvage per doing damage. So let's go get started. This map is a relatively large map with triple base and airport, a good number of seaports on the map as well. You can potentially get up to 3. Most likely you won't even build from 1. There's also some cities along the corners, so one player could always try to capture them with a sneaky T-copter. This is a safe one for both sides, but doesn't mean you can't take a T-copter and make the migration around the long way to get over here. This map is also pretty bad for wheeled vehicles as recons, because in Days of Ruin, shores do consume 2 movement rather than 1, so they're equal to planes, barring the lack of defense. And not to mention the forest slowing down every single front as well, so it's very slow going both for wheeled units and also somewhat for tracked vehicles as well. But once you break out, you do have a handful of roads for your wheeled vehicles. Who has obtained the airport. She is not Andy. Recon, infantry. This map is still, you probably need to go to some recons or some flares. It is Fog of War, of course. And infantry bike, so got a bit of a variation of build orders. Infantry recon, so many recons for Judy. Yeah, you can see that really bad move there of the bike. The recon at least got able to get into the forest, but the recon, or the bike, couldn't even make it into the forest. And now we've got relatively early artillery. Oh, huh? Brenner also gone for artillery piece there as well. Wasn't paying attention to that. Oh, looks like Brenner's artillery in it. Maybe I'll capture the central city. It has a lot of beachside properties, or beachside views. Oh, it's a bit of a river run. I'm not saying river. That's a lakeside property. The real estate there is probably very good or really bad, because I can see that being prone to flooding quite often. You now have a tank here, so both sides now have a tank. Brenner's capturing his comm tower. Judy will start capturing her next turn. And got an early battlecopter. Brenner may load up his CO unit into the battlecopter, but also perhaps load up next turn by positioning it on the HQ. And got a bit of a base skip there. And looks like she does load herself up into the tank. Not a bad unit. So she doesn't have to worry about generating CO power. Something to either fight or just get influence with the aura is always a good idea. I can see bike, recon, as well as a tank for her. Battlecopter may not be half bad idea as well. Right now, Brenner does have 2 more properties being captured up. 19,000 for Judy's 16. Of course, you didn't get all 19,000 funds this turn. Double base skip goes for tank into T-copter. That's interesting. The entry unit does get picked off by double recon. Tank heading down south. Double 80 air. That's interesting. I can understand it will take a bit of time for anti-airs to get into some of the map, plus you generally want to get anti-air no later than turn 10, at least as it is in Advanced Wars by Web. Seems like Days of Ruin's a little bit later start for our early Battlecopter, but in this case it's going to be very warranted. It looks like this property will be flipped. Got an artillery piece in the forest. T-copter only moves backwards slightly to get this entry loaded up, so it looks like she's not going to be eyeing for the port, but maybe eyeing for these cities there. But then would have probably gone right there. So this T-copter is actually probably going to be pushing forward. Good kill there. I was trying to save out the T-copter because if the T-copter is going to head up north, probably would be parked herself right there. But this one has to be pushing over here. A little bit of salvage there. Nothing too significant at the moment. Does get a bit of a shot there. Artillery piece will be able to get a good shot on this 3 health infantry unit likely. The one on top of the city is going to be neutral. Battlecopter, tank, recon, bike. Good kill there. Gets a bit of damage on the artillery piece, not bad. Does get trapped and trapped there. Bit of damage there. Oh, got a pretty good luck hit there on that Battlecopter as well. Bit of a merge there. Brenner's command tank someone region has 0 energy so far. And the T-copter does drop off a infantry onto the port. You now have another Battlecopter, another tank, another base skip and recon. Finish off that 1 infantry unit there. Finish off the infantry unit there. Gets a nice little strike and finish it off. Lots of picks there. Judy's right now it's 26 units versus Brenner's 22. Another pick there. She's going to have a pretty good numbers advantage so far. She's picked off a lot of Brenner infantry. Battlecopter heading down south. Tank straight forward. Battlecopter. Tank, and base skip. Brenner's command tank push up north, gets a good shot there. We'll get some energy, well, generating. So he gets a nice little shot there. Only 8 energy charged up, gets another bike and tank. Main tank does push his way forward, picks off that 1 infantry unit there, gets a little bit of salvage. And the Battlecopter gets picked off. Pretty nice early pick there, and Brenner's tank can't really push forward with nearby 2 tanks. Capture progress has 6 remaining, so it was another interrupt. triple tank, very nice. Stops zone capture, gets a nice pick on the battlecopter. Finish off the infantry unit there. A little bit of recon pass there. And looks like the battlecopter does push forward unit there. We do have a lander here. I don't think the lander's a really good idea. Landers are a little bit more expensive than a T-copter to start going towards northern cities. But the lander's actually pretty good at pushing units forward. Thanks to these forests here, as well as the poor terrain in general, the lander is actually good at pushing units forward about a turn or two. It is investment, and it's a great way to get the anti-tank pushing way forward. It does do quite a bit basic, because it goes for a battlecopter and an anti-tank. Anti-tanks are, of course, slow. They are nice. Very nice. But it's really hard to make them justified seeing how slow they are. They're tired, and they have, like, what, 4 movement? Jordan captured there. Right now, Judy's at 106,000, Brenner's at 90. Of course, she still has her day-to-day funds as well, and the bit of salvage she got from her CO zone. So she's in a particularly good situation. Tanks hitting down south. Got a T-copter, ATR, tank, and bike. Okay, so it's going to be a medium tank. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so medium tank and anti-tank getting that lander next turn. I think Brenner's getting too greedy with the high-tech units. This map, it does not really support high-tech units and goes for a T-copter. This map is large. You have to go for quicker units, and teching up right now when he's in the back foot, losing so many units, it's not a good idea. Does get trapped. The seaport down south, recon, and if unit picks off that unit there. Command tank hits down south, gets a little bit of salvage there. Artillery piece is almost out of ammo, has 2 more rounds. Yep, this T-copter could have parked right there, and so he can get the infantry unit inside of it. Unless this T-copter's going to go to the port, which also makes sense why it's right there. Battlecopter, medium tank infantry. A tank and medium tank pushed forward now. Recon spots, takes off the infantry unit there. Lots of good hits there. Making some decent headways, picks off some valuable units there. And without the interior nearby, this battlecopter would be nice and safe. Of course, it can nope, is actually out of range of that other battlecopter as well. Good strike there. Picks off those tanks there, gets quite a bit of salvage. Good strike there. Battlecopter interior tank. Good strike on the battlecopter. Finish off the infantry unit there. Artillery is now out of ammo. Does have the anti-tank nearby. And of course the medium tank as well on top of the city. Looks like the mech is going to push forward into that T-copter. This T-copter could take time to put an infantry up there. Blue has spotted a gunboat, which is pretty quick, and got a gunboat here. Good hits there. Takes out that infantry unit. Recon does go down. Battlecopter. Infantry, artillery, medium tank. Quite a bit of deployment there. And now she has 29,000 versus 21,000. This is a massive difference. Not to mention all the salvage she's been getting with her CO power or CO zone. So Judy's in a very strong position. 185 versus 116. She's really starting to run away with this game. Get some good strikes there. Brenner's CO power is now available, giving possible 3 health restoration globally. Infantry tank, another T-copter? No. Way too many T-copters. Plus the lander and gunboat. That's too many transports on the field. Battlecopter does go down. Tank is spotted, of course. And the command tank does go down. Regular tank strikes the medium tank. And now Judy managed to get a bomber on the field as well. Even guns down the medium tank. Good hit there on the battlecopter. Does get a bit of recon pass on that anti-air. T-copter falls on back. Tank pushes way forward. Tank pushes way forward. And got another medium tank anti-air. Up, and the gunboats get trapped. Gunboat can get a strike there on the gunboat. Of course, the gunboat will retaliate by firing upon the gunboat. Battlecopter goes down. Command tank gets a good strike there in the anti-air. No, good number of those units are down to 1 health. Does manage to finish off some of these outlying units there. Gets back onto a city. Good strike there. Finish off that tank. Now, anti-tank does receive a strike there from multiple sources. And the anti-tank does get fully surrounded. Bomber pushing his way forward, of course. Yeah, I think right now Judy just won. This was a pretty one-sided game, honestly. I try to look at replays, see if they're like above 20 turns, see them out, actually see if it's a good game. But sometimes, like on these lordship maps, long the replay doesn't necessarily mean it's a back and forth replay. This one was pretty one-sided. Overall, just great usage of the CO zone and just maintained great field control because it's got 32 versus 20,000. Judy had a good field control and able to get so much extra value from a CO zone. It's actually quite impressive. And Brenner deployed out too many transport copters and just too many transports in general. Because right now, he just has what? Like over 20,000, actually close to 30,000 unit funds in these transports. How did Judy get trapped on the T-copter? Area is supposed to be revealed on hiding spots. Do T-copters not get revealed on hiding spots? But another bomber into your tank bike. Yep. And Brenner does resign there. There's Angrid saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.